Hello everybody, it's Maikito, and before I get into the picks at the video, I want to first of all thank everybody who wished me happy birthday on the video, on Discord. I really do appreciate it, and all of you guys for understanding in the Discord when about me not responding and being out with my friends and family, and I really do appreciate you guys. Trust me, I read all the comments, and I looked at all the messages on Discord, and I really do appreciate it. There is still a pretty good slate Sunday. I went through, found all the picks that I did like, so I'll just get straight into those. My first pick is Antoine Semenyo to go higher than 2 shots, playing at home for Bournemouth, going up against Newcastle. He went over last game away from home. It took 5 against Forest. He played as the striker. He may or may not play as the striker this time. He could play as the right winger, but even then, I still like this prop. He took 5 out of Bournemouth's 13 total shots last game, which is a good sign. 3 of those being with his right, 2 of those being with his left. So he was being versatile, which is what we like to see. And then 3 of those shots from outside the box and 2 from inside. So again, versatile, shooting from inside the box and outside the box, which is what we like to see. And if you look at last season, he took 45 with his left and 20 with his right. Again, versatile. He'll shoot with whatever angle he gets given. And then he took 24 shots from outside the box and 46 from inside the box. Again, one more time, versatile, which is what we like to see. He'll shoot from anywhere as long as he's getting the chances. He's a good dribbler, so he can create his own. It's not he's relying upon his teammates. He's a quick player. He's a good dribbler. He can cut inside. He can try to shoot far post. He can find his own and create his own chances. And Newcastle scraped the 1-0 win against Southampton at home. They got a red card and gave away 19 shots against Southampton. And Bournemouth, in my opinion, have a better attack. And this game won't be easy for them. This game is going to be close, or if anything, they're going to have to try to catch up to Newcastle, which just means he's going to have to stay on the field to try and attack and try to beat this Newcastle side. And it won't, like I said, it just won't be easy for Bournemouth. When he matched up against them last season at home, he went over with 4 shots. Bournemouth as a team took 19, and in a way he went under with 1, where they took 12 shots. So I think he goes over even if they take those 12-13 shots. I believe they take more. Newcastle are still trying to find their feet, and now they're playing away where they're a little bit weaker defensively. So I think at 2.0 is a good spot to take Antoine Semenyo to go higher than 2 shots. My next prop is Dominik Szoboszlai to go higher than 2 shots, playing at home for Liverpool, going up against Brentford. He went over in the first game away from home to Ipswich and took 3 shots. He's a long shot taker. That's where a lot of his shots come from. Last season in the Prem, he averaged 2.2 shots, and that's including the ones where he played off the bench. So those numbers are slightly skewed. But if you look at his per 90 stats when he plays the full game, he averages 2.56 shots per 90 last season. And I feel like now he's going to play a more pivotal role in that attacking midfield role, trying to distribute the ball. Instead of last season where he was playing more as a box-to-box, I feel like now he's going to play more of an attacking role, which is what we like to see. That's what happened last game against Ipswich. He played the full game, and if he plays the full game, I'm confident he takes at least 2. When he played them at home last season, he took 2 shots from Liverpool's total of 17. And Liverpool had 58% possession of the ball that game because Brentford played off the counter-attack, which if Liverpool hold the ball more, that just means more opportunities for him. He can, when he's attacking, he'll take those long shots if Brentford don't press him. Like I said, they play off the counter-attack, so I just think it's going to be more opportunities for him to take those shots. Brentford gave Crystal Palace 14 shots at home. It gave them 54% possession of the ball. So I expect Liverpool to not only 1, take more than 14 shots, but 2, also hold more possession of the ball. 44 of his shots were from outside the box, and 16 were from inside. So majority of his shots were from outside the box, which is what we like to see. So I think it's a good mark to take Szoboszlai to go higher than 2 shots. And then my next player prop is Thibaut Courtois to go lower than 0.5 goals allowed, playing at home for Real Madrid, going up against Valladolid. Madrid, they're a great team, and they're just even better when they're playing at home in Bernabeu. They had the best defense in the league last season, only conceding 9 goals in 19 games. So they conceded a goal every other game, and I don't think Valladolid are the team to be able to do that. They were undefeated at home, winning 16, tying 3, and not losing a single game. And Valladolid away, and this was in the 2nd division of the Spain league. They weren't even playing in the top flight like how they are now. They scored 18 goals and conceded 24 in that span in that game. So they weren't even a good defensive or offensive team in general. And in the first game, they barely beat Espanyol 1-0. Honestly, Espanyol should have tied. Valladolid's chances, the chance they got, was really lucky in my opinion. They only had like one chance the whole game. And now they're playing against a Real Madrid team who's much better offensively, defensively, in the midfield than Espanyol. They are a high possession team, so Valladolid is barely going to have any opportunities to even try to attack. And even if they do and try to hit on the counter, they have to go through, in defense, they have to go through Carvajal, Militao, Rudiger, and even in the midfield, they have Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Modric is likely to play. So they're going to have a really, really tough time being able to even get opportunities in the first place. And even if they do, it's not going to be good chances. In the last 5 home league games that they've had, they haven't conceded in 4 out of those 5 games. So I just think this is going to be a wake-up call type game for Valladolid. For them to see what they're going up against this season. They had an easy first game, and even then they struggled, and that's definitely going to struggle in this next game. So like Thibaut Courtois to go lower than 0.5 goals allowed. My next player prop is Svilar to go higher than 2 saves, playing at home for Roma, going up against Empoli. He's had 2+ in his last 9 games, excluding friendlies. If you want to include the friendlies, he's had 2+ in all of those as well. But even without including those, he's had 2+ in all of those games, and he had 2+ in both games, home and away, against Empoli last season. And then in the first game that they had this season, they played Cagliari, and he had 2. And Empoli had 2 shots on target in their first game against Monza. And while this could be a tough defensive matchup for Empoli, I'm just trusting my gut on this one. I think this is a good play. The reason why is because I believe Roma will win this game. I think Roma will win, and they'll take the lead. And then obviously after they take the lead, they're going to be defending, and they're going to give Empoli more of the ball. They're going to give them more opportunities and chances to take those shots on target. And those shots, I'm not saying they're going to be good shots, but they're going to be on target. We just need at least 2. And he's going to get those saves. First of all, Svilar averaged over 4 saves per 90 last season, and he saved 76.2% of his shots, which is really, really good. So this is just one of those where I'm just trusting my gut. I think Roma will take the lead. Empoli needs to try to find attack to try to tie the game against Roma, and they're just going to be easy saves for him to pick up. He had 2+ in both games against them last season. He had 2+ in his last 9 straight, excluding friendlies. I just think this is a good prop. I'm trusting my gut on this. I like Svilar to go higher than 2 saves. And then when it comes to my last player prop, this is one you can get on Underdog specifically, and you're actually getting plus value on this one. And I usually don't give these away, but I thought why not? I like the play, and it's Mason Greenwood to go higher than 1.5 shots on target, playing at home for Marseille, going up against Reims. In the first game, he went over. He took 2 shots. They were both on target, and they were both goals against Brest. They took 7 shots. Marseille took 7 shots, 5 of those being goals, and he took 2 of those. And against Reims, I believe they take much more shots. Brest was a good defensive team at home, and now they're playing against Reims in their home, and Reims is nowhere near as good defensively as Brest. It's a better matchup. Reims had the 4th worst away defense last season. Reims, in their first game at home, played Lille, and while they did get an early red card, they still allowed 22 shots at home. Now they're playing against Marseille, and I expect them to take a similar amount of shots. Marseille won their game, 1-5 away. Now they're playing at home, and Reims played at home where they should have been better and lost 0-2 against Lille. So I just think this is going to be a good matchup for them. Reims are weak against opponents that take long shots. They're weak against skillers, which is exactly what Mason Greenwood is. He loves to take long shots. He's a skiller. He can create his own chances as well. And Reims aren't a team that like to take a lot of possession of the ball anyways, which, like I've mentioned before, means that he's going to have more opportunities. And when you look at Greenwood in La Liga last season in Spain, he averaged 3.4 shots with 1.18 of those being on target. So he for sure gets one, whether he gets that second, and I think he will against this weak Reims defense. He took 52 shots from inside the box and 50 from outside. So a 50-50 chance he takes a shot from outside the box every time. And like I said, Rams are weak defensively at allowing those. He took 59 shots with his left and 40 with his right. So it's like he doesn't even have a weak foot. Most players, when they shoot with both feet, it'd be like 33% with his right and 66% with his left. But he is close to 50-50 with either foot that he shoots with. So that's even better for us. He plays on the right, so he can cut in and shoot with his left if he wants to, or he can just keep running and try to shoot far post with his right. He's going to have Akiene guarding him that on Rams' left side, and he's an overlapping fullback who likes to try to help Rams in the attack, which is perfect for Greenwood to exploit that space. He's a fast player, and he did good in this first game, and I expect the same for him in this next game. He was a bright spot in that Getafe side last season, and now for Marseille, I think it's a good underrated pickup. I like Mason Greenwood to go higher than 1.5 shots on target. I want to give a quick shout out to my partner Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. They also give you a free play when you sign up, so you can take advantage of that. And I also have my PrizePicks link if you want to use that as well. They'll also match your first deposit. And I also have my Cashapp and my Fliff if you want to use those. And I really appreciate anybody who supports me in any way. I have 2 moneyline plays that you can take for tomorrow's slate. I myself am putting them together. If you do, you make it a plus money slip. That's what I'm going to show right there. If you want to take them that way too, you can. Or if you want to take one or the other and add it on to your parlay, it's totally up to how you want to do it. Either way is probably good, but I like both of them. And the first one is a Roma money line against Empoli. They're a much better team. And then at home last year, Roma had the biggest win, not only for them at home, but for the whole league in general. Could have been the biggest win in general the whole season for all top 5 leagues. They beat Empoli 7-0 at home. While Roma did struggle to score in the first game away from home, now they're playing at home, and that's just because they have some new teammates and they're still adapting to themselves. But now they've had more time to adapt, and I just like the team that they have. Now they're going playing at home against an Empoli side who lost 11 out of 19 away games last season. Only scored 14 goals and conceded 31. So they're going against a weak Empoli team, in my opinion. And Dovbyk, they have the Dovbyk signing up top at striker, which is a good signing. They also have Sule, an underrated player last season who I believe played for Frosinone. He's a great playmaker. He's a good shooter as well. That's underrated signings in my opinion. And then they still have Dybala and Pellegrini. I just think their attack is just much better than Empoli is going to provide. I just like the money line for Roma against Empoli. And the second one, as you can see, is the Marseille money line against Rams. They won away 1-5 in the first game against Brest, and they have good signings with Greenwood, like I mentioned before, on the wing, and Wahi, another great striker, another underrated pickup for them up top, who replaced Aubameyang. While Aubameyang was a great player, Wahi's a nice young player who is going to be providing a lot of energy up top. And Wahi and Greenwood were involved in 3 out of the 5 goals last game against Brest. And they were the second best home team in the league last season, winning 10 out of 17 games. And out of those 6 that they didn't win, 5 of those were draws. They only lost 1. They scored 31 goals and only conceded 13. So they had a great defense last season. And Rams lost their first game at home against Lille 0-2. They had the 4th worst away defense, like I mentioned earlier in the video. And then when they played at home last season, Marseille beat them 2-1. I think they're the much better team. The first game showed a lot. Marseille's going to exploit that Rams defense that will definitely outscore them. So like the Marseille money line against Rams. Quickly going over last video, I swept the money lines. PSG minus 1.5. They won like 5-0. That was an easy one. And the Inter Milan first half 3 money line. I said it's free every single time. That one hit as well. Good value. Swept the money lines. And then with player props, I had a couple edit plays and then ones from the YouTube. So in total, I had Colomwani was the only DMP. He didn't start, but in total, I had 8 player props, 5 hit in 3 minutes, 5 and 3. So that was pretty good. Holland higher than 1.5 shots on target hit. Vitinho touches hit. Hiardeki saves hit. That one hit in the first half. That one was easy. Donnarumma passes, added play. That one hit as well. Asensio shots. Once I saw the lineups, I added him. He was playing as a striker. He hit that easily. And then our misses was Dominguez, Ocampos, and Vardy. Ocampos and Vardy just didn't shoot at all. And that was just unfortunate. But last video was pretty good. And hopefully we can carry this momentum on to tomorrow's slate as well. So if you could like the video, comment as well. Again, I really appreciate everybody who wished me happy birthday. I really do appreciate you guys. And if you guys want to comment anything, that would help as well. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.